Hi there, Cherie Marie here. I'm a life strategist and heart and soul coach. And what that means is that I help people get in touch with what their heart and soul really want and help you design the life that you want. And then, of course, we work on the steps to get you there. And I came on today to talk about a couple of things, a little bit about me. About 20 years ago, I went through a divorce. I had 3 young children, and I needed some kind of guidance. So it was kind of a catalyst, or I guess it was a catalyst, for me to move forward. And I started reading self-help books and spiritual books, and I was just really gung-ho on personal growth, and it really was soothing and helpful, and there was a lot to learn. And I went and met with different teachers around the country, and I took some classes, and I've had some one-on-one sessions with them. So what I decided to use Facebook Live for is to take all the things I've learned and all the things that I know innately and start sharing little bits and pieces with you so that you can start practicing and feeling better too. I mean, it's expansive. It's when you start practicing these things, your energy expands, and it's actually soothing, and it's possible. It's possible to feel better. Even if you're feeling pretty good, it's still possible to feel better. So today, I just wanted to share a little story from yesterday. There's a book called The 4 Agreements. If you haven't read it, it's an amazing book. It's a short book, and I feel like I know you can read it very quickly, but the beauty of it is if you take your time and really soak in each of the agreements, it's an amazing book to help you feel more freedom and happiness and joy in your life. And the 4 agreements are to be impeccable with your word is one, and to always do your best is another, and to don't take anything personally. That was another one. And the one I wanted to talk to you about today was about never making assumptions. So yesterday I was traveling. I live in the Chicago area, and today I'm in Arizona. And I took an Uber from the airport to the rental car place. And when I got in the Uber at the airport, I had a big suitcase, which I always travel with a big suitcase. I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, I went to start to go put it in the trunk, and the Uber driver, who was in his 30s, a gentleman in his 30s, said, "Do you want me to help you with your bag?" And I thought it was, I don't know why, for a moment I was taken back. I just thought he would get out and help me with my bag. But he didn't. He asked me, and so for a moment I hesitated, and I said, because he asked, I decided, no, I can do it. I knew I could do it. I mean, I like when somebody else does it, but I knew I could do it. So I put the bag in the trunk and got in the car, and I thought to myself for a minute, I had a couple of judgments about it, like, does he just not have manners? I mean, he's obviously stronger and, younger, and it would be easy for him to pick up the suitcase. And in that moment, I felt myself kind of having those thoughts, and I decided, I was making an assumption, or I was having judgments about something, and I decided to let it go, and I just started smiling, and as we were driving, I started to have a conversation with him, as a lot of times you do when you're in an Uber. And as I was having a conversation, I learned that he was recovering from some spine injury and some surgery. And I just felt so, taken back for a minute, because it was just another little way of telling me that it was great that I didn't make assumptions, and I didn't have to feel guilty about it. And I was so happy that I actually put the suitcase in my trunk and didn't ask him to do it, by making an assumption that he should do it because he's younger and stronger. And I just felt really good about that. And then I was able to actually wish him well in his recovery, and it was just was just a heart-opening experience, and as I mentioned earlier, it expanded my energy rather than contracted it, because there was no guilt about, having judged him or anything. And I was proud of myself for practicing that, because these practices are things that, or these awarenesses are things that we all know, and or even if we don't know, when they're brought to our attention, I think that sometimes they are familiar, or they remind us. They're reminders, and I love having these reminders. So I just want to encourage you to remember to, think twice before you make an assumption about something. And if you're interested in the book, I don't remember if I said the author, who is Don Miguel Ruiz, and it's called The Four Agreements. And I think that you'd really enjoy it if you're interested in this feeling expansive and more joyful in your life. Okay, well, I guess that's it for the moment. I just wanted to share that story. So whether you listen live or on the replay, thanks for listening. And again, sending you all lots of love and big hugs. Okay, bye for now.